Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about a rather important part of the brand new game coming out, FF7 Ever Crisis, and talking about just the gacha element, which is the way that you get weapons and costumes in this. So we're going to be doing a bit of a tour of this. I'm going to be talking a little bit in depth, and to end the video I'm going to be talking about an experience I had this weekend, and it was definitely an experience. So here we go. This is video I recorded directly on my phone to have better sourcing, and as you can see, we're going to head into the gacha section, where first off we're greeted with this. Now for beta testers, basically what they've decided to do is create this one-time pull where you can get a 5-star piece of equipment guaranteed out of a multi-pull, which sure, why not? That's fine actually. I don't think that there's anything wrong with this. This is a pretty good way to get people into the game, get people started going, and 5-star equipment is better than lower tier equipment, as you would expect. And honestly, no gripes or complaints about this. I mean, if there is going to be a system, this is how it works, and it's essentially fine. So yeah, you can see also just a little bit about how all the rates and everything, all the details are in here. And I want to pause here for a second because this is something that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, which is the actual rates in the game. Now, a 3-star piece of equipment has 70% chance of showing up, a 4-star has 22.5%, and a 5-star, which is the one that you're looking for, has a 7.5% chance of showing up, which is actually pretty high. Now, before anybody gets too excited about this is a weapon-based system, and if you're aware of how these weapon systems work, I mean, first of all, take a list here. This is the beginning list for 5-star pieces of equipment. It's not short, not even a little bit. As a matter of fact, I would dare go so far, just rewinding it, to say that it's ridiculous already the number of pieces of 5-star equipment are in here, because it's not just that. 5-star equipment can actually be unlocked to become more powerful by getting dupes. Now, these dupes can also be gotten by tickets, but let's face it, getting a duplicate of any of these pieces of equipment will unlock the power much faster. So for people who are looking to min-max everything, dupes are the fastest way, and yeah, they are going to be not necessarily the easiest, and I'll come back to this whole 5-star thing in a second. So next up are specific banners, which have stamp sheets, and stamp sheets are pretty nice because they are essentially a guaranteed way of getting the thing that's on the banner. Now when you do a multi-pull, basically you have a chance of getting 1, 2, 3, or I believe 12 stamps. The 12 stamps is incredibly rare. It's basically, I think, a 1% chance of happening, which would complete your stamp sheet in one go. 1 stamp has a 50% chance, 2 stamps has a 40% chance, and 3 stamps has some percentage that is in between there. Sorry, forgot it all in the recording this, but you get the idea. More often than not, you're going to end up seeing 1 stamp. And remember, this is a closed beta, so graphical glitches are likely to happen. See, there it is, 9%. I can't do math, apparently. But 9% is a chance of seeing 3s. From my multiples, I've seen quite a few 1 stamps, I've seen quite a few. A couple of 3 stamps, and I've seen no 2s and no 12s. Now, I haven't done the most number of multis since this is a closed beta and nothing is carried over. Yeah, it's not too terribly much worth talking about there. Or really bragging about, because nothing that I have right now is going to be kept, and nothing anyone else have is going to be kept either. Everything's getting wiped. Here you can see the ticket screen. This is where you use your tickets. You can use single pulls or 10 pulls. Unfortunately, you can't just do like X number in between. Like if you're going to do 1 pull, it's going to be 1, and if you're going to do more, it's going to, or if you want to do more, you got to save up till 10. Otherwise, you're doing single pulls at a time, which is slow, to say the least. But yeah, here you can see just some. Specifically on the cloud banner, you can see right here the specific, or the up type of equipment here. For Cloud, we have these two. For Barrett, we have this one, plus another one down there. So there is the uprates on the focused piece of equipment is pretty high, and this is coming from a guy who plays Wotive, so, you know, I'm gonna say a little bit of good things here before we go to potentially evil. So let's go ahead. We're going to show off this multi-pole here. So every time you're going to see this animation, which first off is the number of stamps you end up getting. It just goes around and it tells you how many stamps you get, and then you get that. Now in this case, as you can see, we hit number 6. Sorry, I'm just going to scroll back for a second. We got number 6, which is basically the guaranteed on-banner piece of equipment that we wanted for Cloud. Now, what's interesting here is all of these other things just show up in your inbox as items. This one actually takes up a Gatcha spot, which I'm not a super big fan of, because it is a little crappy that it can't just be given to you and you can't just get your 10 pulls out of it, but hey, not a charity. So you're always greeted with this animation of Cloud looking slightly confused. I would assume that depending on which character is focused on it, but you're greeted with this snarling iron giant. You have to tap the screen, and depending on what happens, there's a couple of different animations that happen in interaction here. So this one, I think, is the worst one, where you almost get crushed. And pay attention to the numbers here. So depending on what happens, certain damage will appear on screen. Sometimes you get multiple hits where it deals some damage, 9,999. And if you see a fever, 77,777, I think it is, that is the best outcome. That means that you are going to see a 5-star piece of equipment guaranteed. So here you can see that we ended up getting just the one guaranteed one, and you'd be surprised how often this actually happens. And before anybody else, from at least my experience, I've never seen one of these reform into a higher tier. I haven't looked to see if it is possible, but based on my experience so far, it seems that it's not a possible animation, which kind of sucks a bit, because just whatever you're guaranteed is whatever you're guaranteed, I guess, but I have different, you know, I'm not gonna not yet. So yeah, you can see how this animation plays out. It's a little bit slow, it's a little bit clunky. If you do hit the skip button, it will take you right to the 5-star piece of equipment. So it is possible later on to just skip through it and see if you get the special one with neat little animation. Yay! So yeah, that is essentially how the Gatcha ends up working. And I think I did just a few multi-ticket pulls, which aren't particularly all that interesting. The thing that I'm going to bring up now, not this one. Oh my goodness, that's the wrong thing. I think I wanted media source. Oops. Well, is what it is, right? So here we are, we're going to take a look at this, and this is the one. Oh my goodness, how do I get that off the screen? Never mind, that's just going to be me for the duration of this video. I don't know if something got glitched or something is just in there. It's a cameo, I guess, at this point. There, I found it. All right, so to close out this video, I want to prove to you guys that the Gatcha is not my favorite, because as it turns out, multi-pulls are not guaranteed anything, and I have already gotten, you can stop the presses, because I've already gotten the worst pull possible in Ever Crisis. So yay. I don't think I'm number 1. Maybe I'm the only person who's posted a video like this, but yay, go me. This was this morning. First off, 1 stamp. And not only is it 1 stamp, it's 1 stamp when I only needed 2 to get the stupid costume, which I've been trying to get. Yay me, probably gonna get 3 stamps tomorrow because this is already finished. Go me. But yeah, not only did I do that, but here it is. This is the worst pull possible in Ever Crisis. We're gonna savor this, and here's Cloud. He's coming in. He's wondering why the hell he's here. Aren't we all? The same giant drops from the screen. I don't think there's any variants on this. I haven't seen any yet. We'll keep an eye and report back later if it turns out there is. But anyway, giant comes down. Again, almost crushed. I think that's the worst animation. And look at this. Only 5,200, which I don't know if that number means anything, but then this happens. And you might think to yourself, well, sure, it can't be that bad. Some of these have to reform, right? No, they all stay blue. They all stay blue. And boy, was this a feels bad moment. I've been really enjoying a lot to do with playing this game. I'm going to do a thing where I talk about just my favorite stuff coming up here, what I think needs to be improved and all of that. But boy, oh boy, does this feel uber bad and need to get the hell out of here. I can't even believe that it can't even guarantee you a 4-star one. And you don't even really get any tickets for improving the other pieces of equipment. So yeah, there you go. The worst possible pull already in Ever Crisis. Didn't take very long, and I would like to just say the salt is high on this one. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and see you later.